Okay. So I know nobody is going to be here because this is a new channel and I don't have any followers. And I actually just went on live on my old channel to tell my followers to come to this channel. And I don't think they can find it because it literally doesn't have a video on it. So I am not trying right now. I'm trying to just get videos up. So I'm probably not going to do editing of my videos yet. I do not have a computer right now. So I'm doing everything on my phone, literally. And I do have editing apps on my phone, and I got a phone that can handle some editing. Um, not Adobe, of course, but some editing. I don't think so anyway. I don't know. I haven't checked, I guess. Maybe I should not bite my tongue because I don't know. But I yeah, I will probably not do editing videos for a little while because I just want to get the channel going. I just want to start uploading and getting going. Also because the things I want to talk about are really, really important to me. I'm not even necessarily doing this like it would be. I welcome all money that wants to come my way, but I'm not doing this channel for money this time. This time, this channel is just distance or to try to be a good person, to be a good sibling to my human family. Like I covered on my the the live I just did on my other channel. Um, I covered a lot of this, but I just wanted to briefly. I actually don't want to go to. I didn't. I wanted to do a different video today to introduce my channel, or not today, but in general to introduce this channel. Um, to talk about why I've chosen Empathy Says. I probably won't go into it today because I want to just get this up and going because this topic is more important to me for now. Um, I meant to make this video before July 1st and now July 2nd, I guess. And so I feel terrible that it's not up and I just want to get it out there and I don't want to ramble on too long about anything except for this topic. So next, sorry everybody, I'll introduce this channel and what my vision is for it and what I want it to be about next time. But for now, I want to talk about 4th of July. And obviously, it's not like this video is going to make a huge impact this year, but I do want people to think about it for the future. It's really ironic to me that we celebrate nationally our freedom as a country with festivities that literally re-victimize the soldiers who have gone through the most traumatizing sacrifices for our liberty. Because what some people might not know is that most soldiers, especially anyone that has been deployed, has seen combat, you know, guns, like shooting, like really shooting. And even the training to do these things is traumatizing. The military is literally together the way it is to desensitize soldiers to be able to stay focused and not react to the the flight side of fight or flight, to stay engaged in the fight side of fight or flight. And so, especially veterans, more than anyone that goes through traumatic experiences, veterans have such a serious form of PTSD, in my opinion, because you guys are not just healing trauma like any PTSD victim, but you're also healing the programming that you were taught to have, which is actually like anti-healing. Like as a soldier, you're not supposed to go seek out healing. You're not even supposed to feel your pain. It's considered weak. Like soldiers do, like soldier culture, and of course it's changed and it continues to change, but it's predominantly considered weak to even acknowledge a lot of your injuries or trauma or pain or any of that, especially if it's emotional, because it's not body, it's considered something you don't have to take care of. So, um, the reason why I wanted to talk about this also is because not just like that, I find it incredibly sad that we're setting off things that sound like bombs on a day that we're supposed to be like I would think thanking the people that sacrifice so much to keep us safe, and they're like literally soldiers are like internally like just like going through the worst kind of pain. I can't even imagine going through that kind of re-experiencing of those memories because other people are setting off fireworks. I can't imagine going through that every next year. People that like it, it also strikes a chord with them. Also soldiers, I want just soldiers to take care, former soldiers, veterans to take care of themselves. If that doesn't, it is honoring what you have survived and what you have gone through to acknowledge what your body is remembering. It's nothing, it's so brave to be continuing to survive, going through that memory coming back to you. Um, for those that don't know, because some soldiers I don't even think know about PTSD and what it is, or if they have it, or know that that's things they're going through. So I wanted to touch on that. I have PTSD. I've had PTSD my whole life. I've actually had complex PTSD my whole life. And until like about 5 years ago, a lot of it I actually healed. And that's part of why I want to also make this video, is that PTSD can be healed. And I'm not saying this from a medical perspective. This is just my experience, that the triggers that were traumatizing me daily, like just completely constricting my life and how I wanted to feel about my life and about myself and about my relationship to the world, and just like feeling things I didn't want to feel all the time. All of that was fixed. And like, even though I have those memories, like there were places that I couldn't go without like remembering, without feeling the past and re-experiencing the past. And that doesn't, those memories don't even come up unless I decide to like going places that bad things happen. I don't remember those bad things. I remember everything that's happened that was good. Now I don't, going to those places, even though terrible, terrible, terrible things have happened to me in those places, I don't, those memories are not what hold on to that place. Like those memories do not dominate those spaces for me. Where I go, I go there now, not my pain, not my wounds. I go where I want to go. My pain is not what drives me and what controls the experience that I have where I go. So freedom from triggers is completely possible. And I want to talk about what PTSD is really quick, before this video gets too long, because I think it's really important. People, it's a big, like thing, like pop culture thing right now to talk about triggered and how funny it is that people get triggered. But it's actually kind of ignorant to talk about it that way, because what someone's actually, if you're making fun of somebody for going through the reliving of a potentially like life-threatening experience, and you're making fun of it when you don't actually know if you would have survived if you had gone through it. You have no idea how you would deal with that experience, and you're making fun of them. It's like they're actually like braver than you are, possibly. Like they're probably like they might be stronger than you are, and you're making fun of them. Of course, that's not the case with everybody, and some people that have been through the most are the ones that make the jokes. So I'm not trying to diss anybody, but I'm just saying, be careful who you say that to, who you make fun of triggers with. What PTSD is, uh, the human mind is amazing. The human brain is so incredible. What I said on my last channel, something I brought up was the video I made tonight. What I remember when taking a psychology class was something I read, or something that was in the lesson, was that if we could access our brains the way that our brains are actually capable of being, like the things that our brains are capable of giving us back information wise, if we could actually stimulate them to get that information back, you could look at a room like full of people, like a party or something, for like, I don't know, like 5 seconds or something. And if you could like stimulate the part of your brain where that experience was stored, you could tell someone back, like describe like intricate detail of like everything that you saw, what people were wearing, where they were standing, like how everything was arranged, like the most incredible details. We have so much information stored in our brains. And you're taking in stuff like, and even the fact that, so being a social being in and of itself, and this is something I want to talk about so much on my channel, on this channel, this is what I want to talk about all the time, is why we are the way we are. And we are social beings, which means like what you are exposed to socially, the behaviors you're exposed to, the behaviors other people model to you, do in front of you, impacts how you think, how you feel about yourself, about the world. It impacts your perspectives. It like it reshapes you. It's you are being programmed. You are like a computer. Your brain, your whole being is like this supercomputer that is way beyond anything. That's something else I said is like we talk about AI, and of course, like AI could take over or whatever, but we made AI, we programmed it, and it is self-learning and like expanding itself and evolving itself. But we don't know, we didn't create our bodies. We don't know how to recreate anything like our bodies or the human brain. We don't, so we definitely don't know. AI has been programmed to know how to use itself and teach itself, but we don't know everything. We're still learning so much about our programming and how we work. And I'm still determined. Like I still believe that we're the most powerful technology we've ever been exposed to. I mean, if I call us technology with these incredible organisms that something I keep saying that something else I sent us to, so I apologize. I just made like this exact same video on my other channels to get people to come over here. But um anyway, my train of thought is even off. So if what we're modeled, what's modeled to us, just as social beings, impacts who we are and what we become, imagine what something like pain can do to influence what you are and what you become. Um, when yeah, you're programmed by just what your friends do with you, by just the choices your friends make in front of you, like what friends you choose, you're impacted by that. When something potentially life-threatening, something that threatens your mortality, or your like two things that are incredibly traumatizing and create PTSD is threat of safety, like danger, mortal danger, something that's life-threatening, and then also sexual trauma, because that's a sense of like your ability to feel like be a willful actor in this world, like your volition is highly impacted by your sexual health. And people talk about that, describe it as a chakra. People describe it as um like your emotional intelligence, but like your ability to relate to other people, relate to yourself socially, relate to other people socially, is really, really highly affected by um sexual experiences, sexual health. So those are the two things that can really traumatize a person and threaten safety, like your basic needs, like your very, very, very basic level needs. And that's why it's traumatizing. So what happens is normal memories will have normal chemicals involved in how they're created. But when you have something traumatizing happen, there's so much fear, so much terror, so much pain in that memory that your body is this incredible, again, it's the most incredible technology ever. It is your official ride or die. Like you have no ride or die on the planet like your body. Your body takes care of you in ways that you cannot take care of yourself. Like it is a superhero compared to other people, and even in your own life, your body is your best friend. You do not have a friend in your entire life that's as good a friend to you as your body is a good friend to you. So constantly healing things, constantly like detoxing, like lifting you out of like when you have adrenaline and cortisol, like really traumatizing experiences and chemicals, like your body heals you. Like the body is just an incredible, incredible organism, incredible technology. Anyway, so to protect you from when you have a traumatizing experience, it programs like a security. It's like you have a security system. Your body protects you, and it puts into place this security program that tells you, it takes in the experience all these variables, like I talked about, like the brain can do, of this experience when you're being traumatized, and say, this experience threatened my life. These are all the things that represent to my brain that experience and that danger. So if anything that looks like this experience comes up, your body warns you with a trigger, and you go into fight or flight to survive, so you do not die, so you do not go, or you don't go through it again. Um, so it's saving, your body's trying to save your life. So until the reason that happens is because that memory, instead of going where normal memories are stored, traumatizing memories get stored in your amygdala, and they have all of that traumatizing information in it, so it cannot be put into, like, stored into, like, the normal filing cabinets of the mind. So it gets trapped in the amygdala, where it can continue to maintain this safety protocol that is triggers that you get. And until you heal, like, you might come up with new triggers for the rest of your life until you heal it, because there's so many variables that come up um, with that experience. The more you remember about it, and you're always going to remember, like, there's life is going to bring up, unearth this stuff. You just are naturally going to be drawn. A lot of the times we are re-victimized, we just happen to re-victimize ourselves accidentally because we're drawn to similar situations. I don't even know why it happens. It's a phenomenon that I don't even know if social scientists know why we do this, but victims often are re-victimized. They often wind up in similar circumstances of, like, what hurt them in the first place, what traumatized them in the first place. And ironically enough, it's what leads us, is it gives us a new opportunity to do something different, or to learn something different that we didn't know before, that to protect ourselves different. It's a really interesting cycle. Well, anyway, you can actually remove things from the amygdala. So just because something traumatizing happens doesn't actually mean that the protocol of protecting us from it is necessary. Some traumatizing things happen and we learn from them, and we become more powerful than who we are when those things happen. And a lot of times those things that are really traumatizing happen when we were children and we couldn't protect ourselves, and the people that were supposed to be protecting us weren't protecting us, and now we're adults, so we don't need, and we can retire that old protocol. So I'm wanting to make this video to tell you guys that you can heal PTSD, something called lifespan integration therapy, or LI. It's often known as that. This is the modality that's a lot more popular. I think there's a lot more therapists and counselors that are trained in LI, or lifespan integration. But I've used both, but this other one that I've also used, what I personally use to heal my PTSD, my complex PTSD, or everything that I was aware of having at that time, was NLP, neuro linguistic programming, and specifically therapeutic neuro linguistic programming. My practitioner is a woman named Tracy Joy from Canada. She's this amazing woman that she teaches other people to become NLP practitioners, and just becoming this and creating this army of healers. It's just amazing. So you could look her up, but I know lots of LI practitioners, or there's a whole network of them. You can find them and you can actually get healed. Healing, just so you're aware, it is hard. It is not easy to heal all wounds. Healing is just painful, because wounds are painful, and to revisit the wound is just at all is painful, let alone to suck the poison out. Sucking the poison out sucks. And LI is really is a lot faster. If you're looking for a difference, LI is much faster. People with incredibly traumatizing experiences, especially anything that happened in childhood, veterans, it's probably gonna be a little bit different for you. Like, actually, veterans probably would heal so fast. I haven't personally known any veterans that had LI done. I've only known people that, like, had, like, childhood traumas, like really messed up stuff that's hard and is hurtful. Like, it hurts to go through. But everyone I've known that processed child, like, traumas that happened in adulthood, like later teen, of course, like when you would be in the army, adulthood, it was really easy, actually, like much faster, much faster, and just like fly through it compared to like childhood trauma. So for veterans, there's so much hope for healing. Like, it breaks my heart that any veterans are going through triggers and re-experiencing these life-threatening experiences, and some of you, like, these trauma, like even like body altering experiences. Some people have come back with incredible wounds, and those are probably different to heal. Probably also, I mean, your mortality is threatened. It's a serious, incredible thing to survive. So you have to honor what you've gone through. See what your wound is going to reflect what you survived. It's like it's not just a battle scar. It's so much more than that. It's so much. It's like gaining a superpower, but like one that you have to, like, I don't even know. Like, you have to tame before you get it. I don't know. healing is the craziest thing ever. Excuse my metaphors for those that they don't feel served by them. I just wanted to create this video because I really believe that we are more powerful than we think we are as human beings. I really think that we have an incredible potential to be what we have never seen before on this planet. Um, Something I say a lot is I just, pardon uh, my choice of words, but people who think world peace is a utopian concept, I think they're full of shit. I honestly don't think we've ever tried to at world peace. It's never been a priority. In all of recorded human history, when has peace itself been a priority? I don't remember a single government that has like literally been about nothing but human peace. And like it's just we left tribalism so long ago. We shifted the way that we react to one another, so to social beings, when we left tribes. And since ancient times, since they've there have been like warnings from prophets, and it's just always been a thing, like be careful of kings, be careful of like human interaction is so divine and has such an incredible impact. As I was an ABA therapist for the government for a while for autistic children. And when you learn ABA therapy, you learn in modeling is everything. As social beings, you are who you are because of what you've been exposed to. And if we haven't been exposed to pro-social, I'll use the words pro-social and antisocial a lot to kind of represent like healing, empathic healthy culture is pro-social, to understand the value of human social interactions, what the weight of your impact is on other people, and just empathy itself. To be aware of empathy, to be an empathic person is to be pro-social. To be an apathetic person, a person that lacks empathy or has issues with applying empathy, even cognitive empathy, fall on the spectrum of antisocial. And I know people talk about autistic children, empathy being a difficult thing for autistic children, but it's a little bit different than the antisocial spectrum, and the antisocial disorder spectrum. Yeah, it's a different thing. But anyway, I this I really think that we have no idea what we're capable of. I don't think that we've applied like human, like we can do such amazing things. I just don't even think that we've tried. I don't think, as a social scientist, especially as a sociologist, I don't think we have enough evidence to say like how the world has to be, or that it's impossible to heal the world. Like like there's no way to create peace. Like there's just too much bad stuff. There's too many bad people. There's too many. I just don't believe that. I don't believe that. Tidbit I shared earlier, something I learned in a psych class or reading was that people with the, to touch back on the antisocial spectrum, people that fall, that have the warrior gene or are like chemically prone, have a chemical proclivity toward psychopathy. It's actually been proven that if a person is raised without childhood trauma, and is raised in like a healthy social like highly pro-social environment, that they can be raised and they won't be the psychopath. Like the psychopath, they'll be pro-social. They won't be antisocial, and they'll actually be capable of applying empathy cognitively, not empathically. Supposedly, they won't be able to like feel. Supposedly, I mean, like I think we don't know what's possible. We don't know why things happen. We can't say what's impossible if we don't know why things happen. So if a psychopath can learn to be pro-social, I don't think there's a really good excuse for most other people to be acting antisocial. As social beings, it doesn't benefit us to be antisocial. It's a waste of resources. We are resources to each other. We are allies to each other. To not be utilizing that resource is a waste. It lacks intelligence, and that's why emotional intelligence is so important, because you're not truly intelligence without both IQ and EQ. You can't, that's not true intelligence. So you have to have a balance of both. They're both necessary. For like, people don't respect emotions, but emotions are data. It's information. It's about the like human interactions is like math. And I'll talk about that when I talk about the Enneagram and Myers-Briggs. The Enneagram especially, there's so much math in the Enneagram. It's really interesting. Um, I really think it makes so much sense how things work if you study empathy accurate, like if you really try to study empathy. So anyway, that's what a lot of this channel is going to be about. I just wanted to get this message out for veterans and tell everybody happy 4th of July, happy July. Yeah, I'm just excited to get this channel going. I'm again, this is just like, this is not advice. This is not medical. I'm not a medical professional. I don't have a PhD. My degrees are in sociology and women's studies, like they're bachelor's degrees. So this is not to give advice, but this is just to start conversations. I believe, also as a sociologist, I don't know if people, I feel like a lot of people don't know, like, or maybe like we just don't realize, but the world is changing faster today than in human history. We've never, the world has never been changing this fast. And this is probably something I'm going to talk about all the time because it means so much to me. But never in human history has so much been shifting so fast, so quickly. So anyone that is ever telling, like professing to know what they're doing is just full of it. They're just full of it. I just don't, we should be really wary to trust someone that knows, who professes to know what they're doing in times like these where there's just human beings have never dealt with shifts like that. Like there's no record of what this is like or what happens or what we're capable of, or like this is new ground that we're breaking. So to be anything but open-minded is incredibly foolish. And in my opinion, I would say that truth itself is something that you can own, that at this point we have to discover together. We're not going to figure anything out unless we're swapping notes. So this is my effort to bring my notes to the table so we can swap notes and find truth together. So I'm going to bring the things that I've been seeing and I'm discovering, and I'm going to bring them to the table. Those who want to do something with it, you are welcome to everything. If what I am bringing here does not fit you, does not suit you, please do not feel obliged to make it fit or to debate it with me. I'm open to discussion. I'd love to discuss, but I do not take it upon myself to convince anybody of anything that they don't want to be convinced of. Your thoughts are your own. I don't I don't believe I don't believe in telling people what to think. I don't believe that that's true choice. I don't believe that's worth anything. I don't I have a hard time even with laws because I don't think laws create morality. I think you know what is right through empathy, through paying attention to the impact of your power. And if you're not paying attention to that, nothing can teach you until you decide you want to, until you decide that's important to you. And the best way to encourage one another, as a former ABA therapist, the best way to encourage one another to seek, like to be better, is to model that. To the other reason, like, how are we not believing in world peace is possible when the only thing, like even what I just said, like about, like, aren't the people you're afraid of the people that are psychopaths and like antisocial? So if you know that the pro-social world would heal even the people that are just going to end up antisocial chemically, we should have no excuse to try. If we know that even those people can have a shot, like, why would we not try to at least, healing is just, we're such incredible healers. So it makes, I feel like this world is victim of a lack of hero modeling, and this is something I want to talk about in my next video. I really want to talk about the roles that we play and like our power, um, power shifts, power roles, like how power works in our world, because I think a lot of people are mimicking what the most powerful thing that they've seen, and they think that they're being powerful because that's the only power that they've ever known. And I think empathy is the most powerful thing. I think that there's nothing more powerful on the planet than the people that can restore creators, which is a healer. I just don't think there's anything as powerful as a creator, and what is more powerful in the philosophy of creation than that which can even heal creation. Like, we're all creators, but those that can heal the creator as well as be it. I just think that's the most powerful thing on the planet. Far more powerful than those that get power from distraction and taking power from others. And right now, people fear that more than anything. And it's, I don't know. Again, I digress. So it's a half hour long. I didn't even want it to be this long. But if you've stuck with me this long, thank you for sticking with me. I don't expect people to. I tried to get out all the important information about PTSD in the beginning. So anyway, follow me on Instagram, on Twitter if you want. I'm not on Twitter as much. I used to be really into Twitter back in the day, but then I had to delete my old account and I just never got back into it. But Instagram, I am really active on Instagram. So Empathy Says is my handle everywhere. You can find me again. My name is Rachel. Oh my gosh, did I even introduce myself? Hi, my name's Rachel. Oh my God. Yeah, I'll have to. Yeah, I don't even know if I said that. I'll put that in my title if I didn't. By the way, my name is Rachel, and my old channel was Rachel Repeat. That's what a lot of people are coming to this channel from. It's really cringy. Please don't go over there. I'm trying not to delete things just to like honor my own, like seeing myself grow from, but it was like 2015 and I didn't know what I wanted to do with YouTube. And now I'm just like doing whatever I want. So it's just a very different experience. But anyway, thanks for those that come and watch this. Thanks for those that have stayed this long through. I'm excited about what we're going to do with this. So I will also be coming up with a better place to shoot than in my laundry room at 3 in the morning. Coming soon. It's going to be great. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I'm really excited about these conversations. I'm a little bit scared, but we're not going to talk about that. I'm mostly just excited. I'm an introvert, and I have performance and anxiety, so it'll be different when I have people in the room with me on these lives. So anyway, it'll be good though. Thanks everybody. I love you guys. Again,